The main thing is right now many students ask us, IMAT is difficult. IMAT is difficult. You are saying that IMAT.
Okay, there's an exam like that. Oh, there's an opportunity like that. They were not even aware of it.
If someone is appearing first time, or if someone is already failed 3-4 times in NEET and get to know about this. Suppose you are just 60% graduate in 12 and the process is very complicated.
Get a good score, able to come and study over here. I feel like if
That can help you prepare IMAT yourself.
NEET is like for medical, agriculture, BDS, BSc nursing, everything is included. IMAT is only for medicine.
This year specifically, we are providing one mentorship program. So if you are watching this video, like the senior student, and also we are going to add the insight of this year students like Saavariya and other students who have already qualified the IMAT. So, and more thing is there is 470 or 430 seats, right? You can do it in 3 months. Although you can give it a try, but probability is less. We almost cover different kind of demographics and different kind of students criteria. If someone is appearing first time, second time, third time, right?
Reappearing the NEET again and again and again to study in a private medical college in India.
So if they'll try hard like NEET, then 440 seats they can get easily. 300 or more than 400 seats.
Yes, obviously that is there. Regardless of whatever the stereotypes among the older population in India have against studying MBBS in abroad, I believe that I need to point that to a lot of people, a lot of parents especially, that it's not true.
Hello friends, today we have a special guest, Saavariya Chandini Maira. So now we are sitting at Piacenza, Italy. I think this is her second day.
Yes,
not second day, first day. According to the daytime, it's first day, right?
Time, yeah.
Because she landed yesterday night only. So it is her first day, and it was a long journey for her. So let me introduce her. She is from India, Kerala, but she was living in Saudi for her schools. And after schools, she came to India for 11th and 12th, right?
Yes.
After that, she started. Okay. Yeah. Just can you please tell me how this idea came to your mind and why you decided to study medicine in Italy?
Italy is really well known for its medicine and surgery course. It's a kind of self-explanatory because if not medicine in Italy, which better place to study medicine? A lot of modern medicine principles, a lot of surgical techniques, a lot of advancements in medicine have come from Italy. So I feel like it is the best place to study medicine, because if you qualify the IMAT, what other better place, what other better opportunity?
But as I know, still people don't know about this, right? The
It's
little
not
opportunity,
very well
and the process is very complicated.
complicated, yes.
So how you get to know this?
With the help of Kalingaeuro, I was able to, do all of this. I was able to apply for the IMAT, able to get a good score, able to come and study over here. I feel like if you're doing this process all by yourself, then it's a bit overwhelming. Because if the student itself is only doing it without any help, because they have to, first of all, study for the exam, and with that, they also have to, do the application process, which is quite lengthy. So I believe that with the help of some good people, it is good. And if you come to know about it, it's a really good opportunity. I feel like not many Indians look for such opportunities. That's the main reason that they don't come to know. Many of my friends, family friends in Kerala, they actually came to know about all of this through me.
Okay.
They're like, oh, okay, there's an exam like that. Oh, there's an opportunity like that. They were not even aware of it, to be frank. So,
Okay, so the main question is what I understood. Okay, as you said, okay, still there are so many people doesn't know about these things. suppose just try to memorize your past. Okay, just go back to your 1 year past, 1 year back, like 2024. You would say 2024. So how you can, because you know there is not such information outside, right? And you don't have any reference. First of all, like now you are here. So if somebody is nearby you, they want to come to Italy, they can trust easily because you are here. You are the example for them, right? But for you, there was no example. So how you convinced your parents? Okay, Italy is offering this university. How? Can you just explain me a little bit?
In the case of my parents, my mom is a doctor, so in her case, she knows Italy is a good option because she also studied medicine. She has studied the contribution this country has done to medicine. So for her, she of course saw this as a good opportunity, and then she would never waste such a good opportunity to study medicine in such a good country, especially after I qualified the IMAT. And in my dad's case, I had to convince. I had to convince because there was no one, and it's a completely new, different other world in another continent.
Okay.
So I had to convince. I had to, tell him that this was a better opportunity. I had to really, tell him the advantages of coming over here. So with the help of my mom, we were able to convince him.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
come to let's jump to directly IMAT, okay?
Okay.
So guys, if you don't know about what is IMAT or what we are talking about, right side of this video, so that you will able to get another video where we explain, where our team explained complete MBBS in Italy guide, where they explained everything from top to bottom, how to do university application, everything by your own. If you want to do it, otherwise you can take also Kalingaeuro help. It's you can connect with our team and you can take our help. But if you know about something related to MBBS in Italy, and if you are worried about IMAT, this video is going to give you a good master class, I would say, short master class that can help you prepare IMAT yourself. So that is my main objective, okay? So let's start. What is IMAT, okay? First tell me what is IMAT. Then how a student can prepare themselves by own without any classes, without any support. They can just follow you can reference some books or anything, or through something you can give them reference so that they can go through and they can study. So just imagine, suppose if you have to crack IMAT, you have to score 70 to 80. Suppose just imagine 70 to 80 in this year. You have already done that, right?
Yes.
What is your score?
I scored 75.7.
You scored 75.7. It was really good. Okay, that means out of 90, right?
Yes.
Okay. So just see that you are guiding your sisters or brothers or yourself to get one score above 75 and between 85. Okay. Start from scratch. Okay, you can take your own time because we are not prepared. Okay, this is the first master class we are going to have, but after that, Saavariya is coming to our podcast maybe 2 to 3 times next. Okay, if you are subscribe our channel, then you will get that video. Because now she has lots of things to do. When she'll get little bit free, and I will try to convince her, and we will do some preparation
Yes,
before
sure.
releasing the video so that can help students. Okay, start from scratch. What is actually IMAT, and specifically for Indian students, because Indian people think, okay, NEET, IMAT is same, but it's quite difficult.
It's quite different.
So, and what strategy needs to be done? Okay, start from scratch.
So IMAT is an exam just like in India we have NEET for MBBS. In Italy we have IMAT. Unlike NEET is for all courses like medical, agriculture, BDS, BSc nursing, everything is included. IMAT is only for medicine. When we're comparing both, specifically IMAT and NEET, both require two completely different strategies. First of all, in the case of NEET, I believe it's a huge exam. Time-wise, it's more. And there's around biology itself 360, physics 180 marks, and chemistry 180 marks, and it's the time constraint is also there, and I believe it's more of rote memorization. It's like mainly based on your memory. When you consider NEET, you don't need a lot of strategical thinking. Yes, in physics you do need logical thinking, but you don't need a lot of strategical thinking, I would say. Unlike the IMAT is a smaller exam when you compare to NEET, and there is more time per question. Because in NEET there's like around only 1 minute per question. In the IMAT you get like around 1 minute and like around 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So 1.5 minutes is there.
Yeah.
So the time per question is more, and questions do need a bit more thinking, especially like in the case of biology and all. It's not usually direct questions like which you get in NEET. NEET is like you rote memorize the NCERT textbook, especially in the case of biology, and then you will score very well for biology, and for physics and chemistry you just need to have a really good conceptual understanding for NEET. But in the case of IMAT you need a really good conceptual understanding in biology as well. And there's physics, there's chemistry, and one more thing to note, in IMAT there is maths, and there's a logical thinking section, and reading comprehension to test your English. And so there's a difference, because I feel like IMAT tests all attributes, including mathematical skills, which I believe NEET tests through physics, but in the IMAT they separately test it. So that is the main difference if you consider by both of the exams. One is like solely on memorization. The other one is like more of strategy based, and not just memorization. Like you should have a lot of conceptual understanding in the case of IMAT. And if somebody is looking to prepare for the IMAT, I believe that Indian students specifically, our 11th and 12th do cover a large proportion of the IMAT syllabus, like a lot of the IMAT syllabus. Especially I feel like physics and chemistry is like more than sufficient, our 11th and 12th, and if you took maths in 11th and 12th, that as well, it's more than sufficient. In the case of biology, I believe that some concepts are beyond our NCERT textbook. It's not said, like if you look into the IMAT syllabus, some things are not specifically there in our Indian syllabus. I feel like that we should learn extra and bring a more conceptual understanding and not just rote memorize, because I believe that even our Indian exams which are written, they encourage us to do that. So I believe that they should, you should consider studying it more on an understanding basis, especially in the case of biology, because in the IMAT a large proportion of the exam is biology. In NEET it kind of gets balanced out because physics, chemistry, and then there is biology. So it's like physics, chemistry 45, so 90, and biology 90. It's like that. So it's like your physics and chemistry is almost, when you add them both together, that comes equivalent to your biology score. So you should be like, you should study all equally. But in the case of IMAT, I believe maths and physics is
Quite
lower.
less.
Yeah, quite less. So you don't need to focus as much as time you would for
I need to focus here
more.
like physics and chemistry.
You need to focus
Sorry,
biology
and chemistry.
Yes, biology and chemistry, because they do make a major proportion of the exam, and logical reasoning is very easy. So I believe that it's easy marks. So we should always aim for easy marks, and not at all time consuming as well. Because if at all you waste time focusing so much on maths, which for a very few marks, then that's going to waste a lot of time. Because if at all there is a lot, if it's okay, like if you've finished studying everything and you want to learn something more, then yes, you can go for that. But then like if there is still more things you can brush up on in biology, chemistry, then I don't think we should, you should waste a lot of time on maths and such subjects which are low in weightage. And within biology itself, like if you do a lot of past papers in biology and chemistry, you will see a lot of questions, a lot of concepts are specifically repeated. I guess the IMAT exam which I wrote, there was like this certain concept in genetics which was repeated. There was like 2-3 questions within that in the same exam within one singular topic. So every year I believe that there are certain topics which are there from like since the past 10 years. That topic has been
Can you please highlight that topic? Can you please highlight that topic?
Genetics. That topic is quite frequently repeated in IMAT. Yes, it's quite frequently repeated, and in chemistry. Physical chemistry quite frequently, some concepts in there are some basic concepts like in physical chemistry that is also quite frequently repeated like mole concept and all, which of course it's really important. Everyone should be knowing that if they know chemistry properly. So that is repeated quite frequently. And in physics, since the number of questions are low, I mean motion, that like laws of motion and all are repeated, but I mean this year also there was, but sometimes some years I've seen it not come up, like some other topic come up, because the number of questions are really few, so it's not necessary that the specific topic you studied from that should come. But then in the case of biology, yes, there is some topics which are repeated every single year, and that is there. So I guess it's primarily that if you study smart, like assessing everything and do a lot of past papers, then it's good. It's going to be good.
Okay, so let me put it in different way. Okay, so actually usually right now we are so much committed, specifically at Kalingaeuro. So because we discovered medicine and surgery on 2020, okay? On 2020, 2019, 2020. Like I forgot the year completely, but usually like that, okay? So from that time, we are sending students and helping students. So we have students at University of Bologna. So we said Bologna. We have students at University of Messina. We have students at University of Pavia. So we have students at University of Parma. So like as I told you, like your senior,
Yes.
and now she is. And this year we have students at Bari, University of Bari Aldomoro,
Yes.
and we Polytechnic University of Marche. So there are 16 university providing MBBS program in Italy in English language specifically. I'm talking about only medicine and surgery. I'm not talking about dental, okay, dentist. And the main goal is in throughout the journey, we are able to help so many students, but we feel one guilty about us is we are not able to reach so many Indian students to educate and to create the awareness through campaign specifically. Because if you are running one campaign, then it costs you, like it will cost so much money, and we are not good at digital marketing so that we can reach easily. But now we are going to do that, and this year we are committed. And one more thing is, according to the previous year statistics, there is around, maybe if I am not if not mistake, I think 430 seats or 470 seats for the non-European students. Like everybody needs to compete for the 430 seats, and there are very less Indian students is coming. So this year we took as a responsibility of Kalingaeuro, we need to send at least as much as we can, so that we can reach so many students, and we can educate them, and we can provide the basic counseling. If they want to do the process by themselves, they can get the information, and they have to do own research. They have to put lots of effort so they can get, if they can, because people still coming, okay, right? It depends upon them. If they are confident. If they are not confident, they need premium services, then they can choose Kalingaeuro. Kalingaeuro can hold their hand like you from 5 to get your MBBS degree. So this year we are going to do that. So, and more thing is, there is 470 or 430 seats, right? So we have to crack as many seats as we can.
Yes.
to get Indian students to get into that, okay? This is our main goal. And this year specifically, we are providing one mentorship program. So if you are watching this video, so if you, and our IMAT classes is specifically designed by the students who, not designed by the, structured by the students who have already qualified the IMAT, okay, like the senior student. And also we are going to like add the insight of this year students like Saavariya and other students who have already qualified the IMAT. We are going to add their insight and we are optimizing our course. Okay, so that means if you are getting consultation or getting classes through Kalingaeuro, that means you are in the right track. Okay. And also you can get mentorship. If you want to communicate with Saavariya personally, you cannot contact with them directly because they are so busy. So you can contact us. We will try to schedule an appointment with group of students so that our time can be valuable. Not like, you can ask any question. The main thing is right now many students ask us, IMAT is difficult. IMAT is difficult. You are saying that IMAT. It's very difficult. Why you are not saying that? Okay, for you, suppose if you guide one student for IMAT, what things needs to avoid and what things needs to keep? Can you please answer two questions?
When it comes to like studying for the IMAT, I mainly believe it's consistency. I see a lot of people making a mistake which is quite common, like they study like one day of the week like for 10-12 hours without sleeping, maybe 20 hours, and then throughout the remainder of the week they just waste time. And there are some people who study like 2 hours each day, each and every single day. I believe consistency is one very key factor. Then another thing is revision. Like I believe a lot of people do not really revise, they do not really go back, they don't know how our memory is structured, because our brain usually saves information the more times it is repeated. Like once you read it and then you never even open it ever again, that specific topic, then I assume that every normal human being is bound to forget it. So I believe that they should, like, revision is important, consistency is important. You should do a bit of your effort. You should put a bit of your effort, because I believe that hard work never goes wasted. Obviously, it never will go wasted, because even if you get one or two questions wrong, or you're not able to understand, we need to be patient. Patience is one thing, because the most common case scenario is like you're studying and then you don't understand anything, and then you get overwhelmed and then you just quit altogether, and then you're like, okay, not today, I'll start tomorrow again, and then the tomorrow never comes. And that's the most common thing I've seen people do, and that's really bad. Just don't do that. That is going to totally destroy the IMAT preparation. Like, if you get demotivated, like you maybe solved a past year paper and you aimed for like probably 70 in the past year paper, you solved it and then you aimed for 70 and then you probably got 50, and then you get demotivated and then you're like, no, there's no point in studying, I'm not able to understand, it's too difficult, I'm not smart enough to do this. Then that mindset is going to like put you
You are talking
back.
about mock. You are talking about mock test, or
No, I'm talking about things which will pull you back in the sense, like which will destroy your preparation. Like when you're
but how you will get to know that like you scored 50, right? Like you will assess yourself.
yes, assess yourself. Self-assessment. Every time you study, a self-assessment is necessary. Like whether you can recall everything or not from a certain topic. I'm talking about a self-assessment. So you can do past year questions as a self-assessment, or you can write questions down for yourself as a self-assessment. Self-assessment is one very important thing which you should be doing, because otherwise it will be passive studying. If you're just rereading, highlighting, reading your notes, it's very passive way of studying. I believe that if you need to totally understand conceptually and you need to get something really saved into your memory, it should be active. Like you should actively try to recall it. So in that case, most of the time I feel people get distracted from their preparation because of demotivation. Like they're not motivated enough to continue, and they become inconsistent, and then it just does not work out. And distraction, I mean, I wouldn't say like put your entire life on hold for an exam. Like there should be balance, but then consistently studying is very important. with the balance.
Okay, so I want to add one negative point. Just imagine, okay, this year in 2024, like previous year, you are not able to crack IMAT. Just imagine, just put yourself, okay. That time you would have thought to prepare it again and write the exam again, or like you could have like skip it and go somewhere else. What you would have, you know, what you would have done that moment. Am I using right sentence or
Yes, I can- I can
past,
understand.
present? Because I am very bad at, tense.
Okay, now I'll give this a very honest answer. It depends on your goals. Like in my case, I would have definitely given it another try. Cause
Yeah, really?
really. But then, like the first time you wrote the exam and then you felt like, oh, you scored less and you could have done better. Yes, you can give it another try. There's no harm in giving it another try. It's just an year, and within that year you don't need to, like, assuming that somebody is studying in 11th and 12th and they wrote it right after 12th, so they had really less time to prepare. But then if you reappear, there's a lot of more time to study, so that's not a problem. But then there are some people who are like, okay, I want specifically this year itself, I need to join a college this year itself. For that people, I can't speak for those people, because for them their goal is joining that specific year. Like they don't want to waste a single age or year. In that case, they won't be motivated enough to reappear for the IMAT. But then if your goal is like, okay, I have to study in Italy, I want to study in this specific university, I want to be there, then yes, you're motivated enough, and then there's no harm in reappearing the IMAT. There's no problem in that.
Okay, perfect. So in this video, actually, I am trying to cover all the questions. What the students think. Okay, so I am trying to assess all students' mind. If someone is appearing first time, or if someone is already failed 3-4 times in NEET and get to know about this. So I have to try to cater all the audience so that they will get the real value from this video. Okay. And one more thing. Usually Indian students specifically, when they think serious about IMAT after the NEET result.
Yeah, correct,
Right?
correct. It's true.
And the NEET result probably, like the NEET exam, because when the
It's published. NEET is held like every single year in May 5, and I believe that most of the people, they are like, okay.
So like they can assess themselves like, okay, whether this way, like I will crack the seat or not, because when they write the exam after that, the like the answer sheet came out, something like that.
Yeah,
As I know, so they can assess themselves. Okay, this mark I need to be get, so that okay, this mark is sufficient to get into the good university, public university in India or not, right? So after that, they started thinking. If they think okay, this is quite good, they are okay. They sit hard and tight. they don't think twice.
Right.
But if they are thinking okay, they are like kind of confusing, they try to explore other options. Okay. Yes. So that time they started taking preparation of IMAT. So maybe after when the result came out, after that they do so hard. Okay, my question is to you. Usually the IMAT happen between August to September. So if someone deciding on May or on May end, they have only June, July, August, okay, like 3 months specifically. So what are the basic assessment they have to do so that they can think, okay, am I eligible to get more than 50 score or not? What are the basic things? Because okay, why I'm asking this question, okay, motivation is a good thing, but if I will not judge my potential, if I will still motivated like, okay, drink one coffee and I got energetic, okay, yeah, I got, suppose I have seen some good movies related to crack something, I got motivated and okay, this time I will crack it. But my potential is so weak, and if I want, I might crack, but there are 90% chances I cannot crack, right? What are the basic things you need to assess that if these things in the mark, then you can do it in 3 months. Although you can give it a try, but probability is less What are the basic things?
From my personal experience, I exactly studied like that because I actually did write NEET 2024, and then the results came like the NEET was held in May 5, I believe, in 2024, and then. There was, as you may know, NEET 2024, there was a lot of malpractice. The question paper itself was published, I don't know where, and a lot of people scored. I don't need to explain, like people, probably everyone knows it. It was really famous, and they were considering reconducting the exam, and this is the status of NEET. You may never know who gets, sometimes money has an influence in getting a seat as well. So yeah, even I had only by the end of April, May, June I started studying. But full May, you wait for the results and you're like this, and then I mean, if you write NEET itself, you can understand your potential in that sense. You can understand if you give NEET an attempt, you can understand. Like, you can understand your clear weak points, like what was the main issue for you, like while you wrote the NEET exam. Personally, in my case, when I wrote the NEET exam, my physics was not so good. And that kind of put the score, behind. So, and my biology and chemistry were really good. So, I was able to assess that. And then when you consider the IMAT is predominantly biology and chemistry. So you can assess your potential in that sense, because
Can you go one layer deep? Like, suppose you need to be this much good in biology, because in IMAT is bit different, right? Because you have good advantage in logical reasoning and general knowledge. If you are good in that current affairs or like global things, then it can be good advantage, right? Just imagine, okay, then biology and chemistry. I think chemistry is not available in NEET. Or it's available in NEET.
Yes, in chemistry is there in NEET, but it's a bit different. I believe NEET and IMAT are totally two different types of exams. The types of questions they ask, it's quite different. So
then how can you assess the basic? Like, I am trying, maybe I am.
like, if you know the basic knowledge of 11th and 12th, like you scored like above 90% in 12th, then you can understand that you have enough understanding.
So suppose you are just 60% graduate in 12th, 11, 12. Do you think
60%? I mean, they can give it a try. Like, if they seriously study, after that, it will take a lot of effort. I mean, I wouldn't say it's impossible, but it's like not a very easy task. Like, for someone who has a good base, to build upon that base, it's easier. For someone with a bad base, then they have to first clear the base, and then only they can.
Okay, then how much NEET score? Suppose if your NEET score is 300 or 400. Suppose if we want to set one, okay, suppose criteria. Okay, if your NEET score is maybe 200, then you can maybe, if you will get a good strategy and different method of study, then you can crack it. Because your base is strong. Or if your NEET score is 400, your base is strong.
Yes.
Then how many scores? What is the quantity of the scores that students can say? Okay, that means for IMAT my base is strong. As per your understanding.
In NEET, I think a score of like, if you score 500, 400, above 400 and all, I believe that person already has a good base. Because if you to score above 400 means okay, there could be many case scenarios in this. We need to assess, like, that 400 marks, like, from what subjects did you get? Like, is it predominantly from biology, because biology itself is 360 marks in NEET, and chemistry is 180, physics is 180. So you clearly need to assess, okay, 400, like, from what did I get? Like, did I get 300 in biology and 100 in chemistry and 0 in physics? So that shows, okay, you have like no base knowledge in physics at all. Or it's like your physics is just a bit weak, you kind of got an okay score. I feel like NEET score does determine you have a good base, but sometimes you should, consider. You should consider from what aspect. Like, for example, somebody may be really good in physics and chemistry, and they scored like 180 in both those subjects, and their biology is very bad. In that case, they will have an overall almost okay score. Like, they may have a person score equal to a person good in biology and chemistry, like some in that case scenario. Then IMAT will be a bit problematic, because in that case, your physics is like really strong, and you have a weak base in biology. Then as I told, biology is the main subject in IMAT. So yes, NEET score above 400, 350. I believe that, if with a good amount of hard work, then you can crack the IMAT. Unless your NEET score is like really low and it's like 100 or like in 2 digits, then you really need to work on your base. And in that case, I believe that your 12th also would kind of be a bit,
We almost cover different kind of demographics and different kind of students criteria. If someone is applying first time, second time, third time, right? Here, the thing is, when we are planning for MBBS abroad specifically, right? Italy, as you know, the tuition fee is low, and there is opportunity to get a scholarship. And for me, if you are not also getting scholarship, you need to consider Italy.
Yes, you should. Because, see, the thing is, I believe there are a lot of people who write the NEET exam to study in a private medical college in India. Now, that I think is a really dumb decision, because private medical colleges in India are really expensive, and then it's not as good as an opportunity as Italy, because I feel like the tuition fees is in Italy without a scholarship. I'm not considering the scholarship or anything. Is lower than without the scholarship. The fees is lower than Indian medical universities. I don't know why would anyone consider reappearing the NEET again and again and again to study in a private medical college in India. That's just ridiculous. I mean, for government, I understand, like if you're like from a really underprivileged background, I can understand in that aspect. But to study in private medical colleges which charge like 12 lakhs per year and stuff.
It can go extend like 1 crore, 2 crore. It
yeah.
depends. It depends.
It depends. So that's what I'm saying. That's just a ridiculous decision.
And one more thing I would like to add. Actually, I forgot. It's just coming to my mind now. So I want to just start off. Okay. Once I asked this question to the students who is studying at University of Bologna. Like, he came, I think, on 2022, I would say, something like that. He is in third year or something. Okay, so I asked one question to him. What are the one advice you would like to highlight if someone is preparing IMAT? He said that whatever you studied, it's fine. If you want to craft your base after June, you can't make it within 3 months. Try to practice question as much as you can.
Yes, I would agree. That's what I said. You should always use active recalling strategies. Like, you can create questions for yourself, or you could do past year papers, or you could search on Google. There's no shortage for questions. Like, there's so many resources with a lot of questions. I don't understand how people don't find questions, because practicing questions, it gives you an idea of your weak point. Usually you'll understand like which aspect you're not doing well in when you practice a lot of questions. But when you just read through, it's first of all passive. You'll feel sleepy, and then you'll fall asleep and you won't understand anything. That's one aspect of studying passively without doing any questions. And the second aspect is you read. Okay, suppose you understand, suppose you remember, but then you don't know what exactly in that. For example, you read an entire chapter, you don't know exactly what you didn't understand conceptually. Yes, you may think that you understood, but then you don't have no way of knowing that whether you understood or not. So practicing questions is absolutely necessary.
True. And also, I would like to add one more thing. Actually, this is quite helpful for Indian students specifically, because this year we prepared 100 sets. Okay, let me go. Like you can write 100 time, like 100 times IMAT. Okay, like we have prepared IMAT set complete, like including bio, like every question there. So we labeled it. If you start from like level one, there is 10 sets of question, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, so that you can get a new questions every time, and that you can do in our website. But now it's under maintenance. We are trying to put everything in one data system. I think it will be published by probably May. Okay, so that you can go into our website www.kalingaeuro.com. You can easily get 5 label in free of cost, 0 rupees. Okay, so that you can practice. You don't need to get questions, like prepare question. You can practice there. You can do simulation tests multiple times, and if you can't qualify set 1 in level 1, then you cannot go to set 2. Okay, so if you get a threshold, like suppose the full mark is 90, so we set the threshold is 35. If you get 35, then you can go to set 2. If you get 40, then you can go to set 3. Every level has 5 sets. So in the 5 level, you will get something 25 sets of questions, like free of cost, something like that. But it is under our maintenance, so it can be changed. Like the number can be changed. Okay. So if you want premium, then you can pay something, or you can get IMAT classes.
I believe that would be a really good opportunity for anyone serious about cracking the IMAT. That would be a really good opportunity, because you will be able to clearly assess like what level you are on.
Yeah.
Like I believe that if you have completed 11th and 12th, just directly going to this question paper itself can give you a level. Okay, yeah, this is my current status. Like if I wrote the IMAT without any preparation, this is what I would have scored.
Yes.
So that is a really good factor for determining like what is your current status, and based on that you can improve. Like after 11th and 12th, and okay, after NEET, suppose you're going to write the IMAT, you decided to write the IMAT after NEET, you can just pick up a question paper, you can write, and then if you're not even able to complete a base level question paper, then
maybe you can try hard. You can. It can give you one measurement,
and then you can improve upon those weak points. And then, like you said, there's hundreds of question papers, so you will have a lot of time to improve, and you will see gradual improvement. Like because slowly, when it becomes difficult, slowly you will also improve along as with the difficulty. As the question papers become more and more difficult, I believe that's a really good idea, really good system.
Actually, this year specifically, I am so obsessed with medicine and surgery in Italy. Why? Because we almost shut down our all remaining work. Now we are completely, our team's 90% team is focusing, because previously we were doing masters, bachelors, engineering, lots of things in Italy, Germany, whole of the Europe. Now we are like diverting all, like 90% of manpower, like working force, to do this work. Because what I believe, we Indian students have brain, okay?
Yeah, yes.
But
yes.
they don't have the infrastructure to get to know things and to do things. If they will try IMAT, like if they'll try hard like NEET, then 440 seats they can get easily. 300, yeah, more than 400 seats.
Yes, obviously that is there. I have always thought about that, as a matter of fact, because NEET became so competitive because of Indians. Even Indians compete with Indians. That's why it's becoming so hectic. So if in the case of IMAT, all non-Europeans are competing. So there are a lot of other people also, other nationalities. So out of 470 seats, even 400 seats can be utilized by Indians, could be occupied by Indians, if they gave enough hard work and enough motivation and enough chances they give for NEET as for IMAT. Like for NEET, I have seen people repeat like 5 times, 4 times. I don't think people are so determined to do that for the IMAT. I believe that if you give the half the determination, at least half or like more than half, a little bit more than half the determination they have for NEET for the IMAT, it's going to be really good. I mean, Indians are really smart, and then so I don't know why people have really underestimated themselves, and they're like, NEET is the only exam, and if you do not crack NEET, it's like the end of the world. And I don't know why people have so much of an aversion towards abroad places, because over here, a lot of, as I said earlier, a lot of the medical advancements or a lot of contributions in medicine have come from Italy. So there's nothing to be like, oh, okay, India is better option for medicine, India is better. Like, I believe that Indian society as a whole, they have, what could I say, a stereotype against studying MBBS from abroad. I've noticed that, like, they have this thing, oh, okay, somebody goes to study MBBS abroad because they didn't qualify for the NEET, and because they're dumb, or because they scored really badly. But then and hence people don't want to go, and they're like, okay, it's MBBS outside of India is just, it does not have any value. But in the case of IMAT, think about it. There's like only, like you said, there's only like 470 seats, and you're competing with non-Europeans, like nationalities from all over the world. So it's never, a bad place to study. It's like what do you say? Regardless of whatever the stereotypes among the older population in India have against studying MBBS in abroad, is not true. I believe that I need to point that to a lot of people, a lot of parents especially, that it's not true, because wherever you study medicine, as long as you study, you're going to end up being a good doctor. It's like you should study though. Like if you
maybe you can, okay, let me give you another insight from the parents side, because I am doing the counseling and do things, I observed very closely. This is one side, and
it's a stereotype.
Like I will agree some extent, but I will disagree some different side. Like when you're coming abroad, there are certain things that is not that is maintain the standard in paper, but not maintain the standard of what Indian MBBS is. Italy is best. Where there is no question. But if suppose another countries, but like another nationality.
Now if I'm talking about not including Italy, there are some countries like Russia and all. I'm
So
not.
don't. We better we cannot take the name. It's
take the
bit.
name. I just give a very general overview. But like those countries are. Yes, they're a bit. They're in their curriculum. This thing is a bit not up to par. Is a bit bad. Of course, I cannot like put down any specific country and talk about it. And there might be a few people who have graduated from there. There might be a few doctors which are good. We cannot tell. I cannot tell like everyone who studied over there is bad. But then, in that case, yes, the Indian stereotype is to an extent true. Because certain countries are just not okay to study.
Why I'm saying this again? Because
It's true. But then Italy will never come in that list, because
in Italy you see just there is 470 seats.
470 seats,
but in abroad every year might 20,000, 40,000 students going abroad. Then where they are going? They are going to different nationality, right?
Yes.
That means the parents are some extent right.
Yes, some extent right. Yes.
Because they don't. There are some countries they don't have any exam. You will just send the your 12th and everything.
Yeah, 12th and everything. And then you don't need to score well in 12th also. You just need to pass. And then, they just, like for a fee, certain amount of fees, they just, take you into the program. That's going to be bad. Because...
so that's why some parents think...
But then not all countries are coming in that list. Now, what parents think in India, what the understanding is that due to these certain specific countries, I'm not taking by name, everyone probably knows what I'm talking about. Due to these specific certain countries, the entire there's 196 countries, and due to certain, like, these pinpoint,
country, you get to certain university.
yeah, certain universities, their education system, they think, okay, abroad everywhere is bad.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
think abroad everywhere is bad, and Italy also comes in that list, and
Yeah,
they think like that. It's
And
sad.
when people, but I said, and also I can give another insight. When there are some doctors in India, they want to come abroad after their MBBS. Okay, they contacted us. But it's bit hard that time because when we will compare, especially European country, when we will compare European MBBS and Indian MBBS, it's not similar.
No, it's not.
Okay, but the curriculum, they have 6 years. In India, I think 5 years, right?
Yes, 5 years.
5 years. And they have different things. So you have to come here and you have to complete the language again. Then you have to do some entrance, blah, blah, blah. Then maybe if you'll send your resume and everything, if they will shortlist you, then it's a bit hard. It can be take 1 or 2 years, right? So why ask this question? Because if you are watching this video right now and you are getting confused, okay, where to go? As Saavariya said, better not to go any private university. Try for best university in abroad. If you are not getting also scholarship, right? Try public university, because private university in abroad it's also cost like 1
Very
crore, 2
yeah,
crore,
yeah,
like
2
that.
crore.
At least give a try. And if you give a try in so hardly, then you can get, there is at least chance, because maybe you are trying for 1 year NEET, try to for both NEET and IMAT, you might get the chance, right? So instead of thinking after 4 years, for 6 years, okay, I think now I have passed out from private university in India, but I am not getting good vibe, should I go abroad? Then that time it will be hectic.
Yes, it's true. It's going to be hectic. I mean, again, the stereotype now they think also all doctors who graduated from India are good. Now, in the case of India, there are universities which take students with NEET just pass marks. Like the pass marks in NEET is like around 100, 130 or something. Each year it kind of changes by plus 10, plus 50 or something. But still, there are universities which take for money. So in that case, it's equal. It's sometimes equal, like, when you consider certain countries. And so I believe that abroad stereotype which parents have is just not true.
Yeah.
To an extent, as I mentioned, sir, it depends on the university, it depends on the country, not everywhere outside. And yeah, once you graduate, working in India is, I believe, nobody who's studying over there wants to do that. Like, as far as I've spoken to a lot of people who graduated from there, all of them just want to leave the country. They just want to study there and leave. So if that is your intention, then Italy is the best option. Like, see, your option is to work abroad. Like, after you study MBBS and you want to work abroad, then Italy is a better option. Like, if you're confused, I'm talking about people who are confused, like, okay, is NEET or IMAT a better option? NEET will be a better option for people who want to stay in India, regardless of whatever, and they never will leave, and they're very stuck to their comfort zone, and they will, throughout their life they'll stay only in India. Then okay, then give the NEET 6 times try, whatever. That's your choice. But then for people who just want to work abroad, like after studying MBBS, then why should they keep
it's
attempting NEET?
And one other thing, don't
Just
take it.
because they think that abroad is not good. That's what I'm thinking.
And one more thing, don't take it negatively. I would say, when Saavariya is saying regarding abroad, don't take it like nationalistic point of view. Okay, try to take it in student point of view. Otherwise, it will give you negative vibe. Because what Saavariya's intention is, you have the freedom. Okay, whether you want to work in India or you are working abroad, because nowadays market is global.
Yeah, the problem it's not that people don't like India. It's like because there's so many doctors graduating every single year, and there's no job opportunities. I believe the lack of job opportunities. I believe that's why people want to shift. Mainly, most of the people. If that's the case, and I said I'm not. This is like not. I'm just giving my point of view. Like, I would always prefer to work abroad, study abroad, my preference. it depends on their individual personal preference, what they want to do. Um, I cannot change anyone's decision or mind.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, then let's wrap up this podcast right now.
Yes.
Because right now it's our first day, and it's now going. It's like getting dark, like getting evening soon. So we have to complete certain things, and I have to also leave Pavia. Then I have to leave Germany, and I am here because of her, to receive her and to settle up everything.
Yes.
Because as you know, our Indian parents are protective.
Yes.
So
Very
that's
protective.
why they told me to, Jonas, please come, go there and try to settle everything, so that that's also we are providing, so that if you have any fear, okay, if my daughter or son will go abroad, who will there, in whose perspective I will send, then Kalingaeuro is there to hold your hand until you get your degree. So that is my commitment to you. If I am alive, if I am dead, I don't know. Okay, until I am alive, it's there. Okay. So if I am dead, then of course my team will take care of the rest. Okay. So, and this podcast is little bit critical and like emotional and logical and educational, I would say. Don't take it negatively. Try to understand our intention, and she is just kid, and she just share her expression, her point of view, her emotion.
Yes,
Okay.
my point of view. I keep saying that, now if somebody who's watching and is like already studying somewhere else, they should not get offended.
Yeah.
Like,
And
as
don't
I
make
said,
it political.
Yeah, they should not get offended, because as I said, like, wherever you study, if you study really well, then
Then nothing matter, because everything is available in YouTube.
yeah, everything has a link.
Okay. So now, are we going to wrap up? Anything you want to say last?
Uh, just work hard, study well, believe in yourself, and as I said, consistency, and then your dream will be a reality, whatever that may be. Not speaking in MBBS standpoint, whatever you want to study. These are few things which I would love to put in the mind of every student.
I hope you enjoyed this conversation.
Yes, I really did. It's really wonderful helping a lot of people who are probably just like me.
So it was a nice meeting and talking to you. I am so thankful for your suggestion and for your time specifically, and you are so expressive. And I am very optimistic that I will get you in my future podcast multiple times, so that we can crack every layer one by one, and it can help. And I hope, because in every other genre like engineering and technology and management, there are lots of Indian students here, but whenever I visit medicine campus,
There's no
it's
one.
very quite few. You can also say in your class, right? There is
Yes,
maybe one,
it's
two, or
very
three.
few. Yeah, in my class, I believe that so far I only know one girl from our class, and I believe there's like only, like, me included, there's like only 3 Indians in the university over here. So, and some years I think there's no one.
Yeah.
So I don't think Indians are even trying
Yeah.
to come over here. That's one thing.
So that is my motto, and that is our motto. Thank you if you are still watching this video, and if you are watching till now, don't forget to subscribe, because that will notify you our next video. If I ask some bullshit question or some bad question, try to comment it below, so I will try to refresh my way of thinking, because I am trying to learning, because I am not a journalist or I am not a well crafter podcaster. It's just kind of learning phase for me, because I am also a student, right? I just completed my master's, so try to help me to learn and grow. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you.